It was brought to my attention that there is no local or Trini recipe video for butter bread, Trinidad butter bread. And you know butter bread is that nice buttery kind of free form loaf that you would make different to, the bread that you would make in a bread pan, but very similar at the same time. So today we're gonna do that. We're gonna fix the problem of there being no local or Trini videos of butter bread by making a butter bread today. So we jump into it one time. This recipe is very similar to the homemade bread recipe, so some of the ingredients and measurements are similar. We're starting off with 4 cups of all-purpose flour, half a tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar here, but you could use regular white sugar, 1 packet or 11 grams of yeast. And now we want to combine all the dry ingredients. Add in a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. And you just want to go in with your hands and combine it with the dry ingredients. Just kind of rub it into the flour. By the time you finish, the flour should have the consistency of like wet sand. So this is the wet sand texture that I mentioned earlier. This is what we're looking for, because now we know that the fat is equally distributed among the dry ingredients. So now we want to add our wet ingredients. 1 cup of warm water. And I know by now you're probably asking, but there's butter bread, where the butter? Don't worry, the butter coming a little later. And we want this dough to be more on the hydrated side. So if you find it looking a little dry, just add a little more liquid. So I find that it's looking a little dry here, so I'm gonna add a little more liquid to it. You might end up using like 1 1/4 cups of water. Just add in a bit of water and continue to combine. Again, you don't want to add too much at a time. Just add a little bit. Look at the dough, and you see still have a little bit of dry flour here. So I just want to add a little bit of water here. Make sure that it is well hydrated. And what we're looking for here is a nice soft dough. You don't want a stiff dough at all, because a butter bread is known for its, nice, soft, supple texture. So for that we need a nice, well hydrated dough. As you can see here, the dough is a little sticky, but that is okay. Once we start to knead it, it'll all come together. So onto my work surface, and we're gonna knead this for the required 8 to 10 minutes. You know the drill. And you know this is the part of the process that really intimidates a lot of people when it comes to bread making, when you have like dough all over your hand and that kind of thing. But again, as I showed you in the how to knead video, all I have to do is keep kneading it, and look how easy, the flour coming off of my hands and going back into the dough. Yeah, just keep kneading, it will come together. Don't be afraid of the dough. Alright, so I've been kneading this for the past 8 minutes. Our dough is nice, soft and supple. So now I want to place it into this bowl, cover it and allow it to double in size, which should take about 45 minutes to an hour. So our dough has been resting for 45 minutes and it has doubled in size, as you can see here. So just punching it down here. I'm going to transfer it to my work surface. And now we're going to introduce the first layer of butter. I'm going to use a rolling pin. And you want to roll the dough out into like a 1/4 inch thick. What we're going to do is just spoon some butter onto this. About 2 tablespoons. And now we just want to slather that butter all over our dough. Okay, so now we want to roll the dough onto itself. Nice. So I have my baking tray right here. Just gonna raise the dough up and rest our bread into the baking tray like so. I mean, I'm doing it diagonally because I do have a very large baking tray, and as you can see, the loaf kind of biggish. So at this point, you want to cover it again, covering it with a kitchen towel as well, and we're going to allow this to rise for 30 minutes, and then we're going to pop it into the oven. So our bread has been resting for ½ hour. And as you can see, it has risen nicely. And now I want to go in with the second addition of butter to this bread, and that is just to put some butter on it here before we put it into the oven. Looking good here. I think we have a nice coating of butter here on it. So now I'm going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. Alright, so the bread is out of the oven. We're looking good. And now for the last step. Transfer the bread to the rack. It's hot. Alright. So we have the bread on the cooling rack here, and now we're going to add our final addition of butter. Alright, so the only thing left to do now is to allow this to cool for a little bit, like a 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to cut into it and have a taste. Can't wait, it's smelling real good. Just going to cut right here. Just gonna go for a taste. Totally satisfying, extremely delicious and comforting. Soft, pillowy texture. As a matter of fact, you could put like herbs and garlic, so like a little rosemary and garlic or thyme and garlic into the butter, and have yourself a nice herb and butter garlic bread, butter bread. Real nice. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up, give it a share. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. And as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Later. Mm-hmm.